and we bring in their captain, Ryan McDonagh, who is nice enough to join us now. Ryan, Michael, and Don, how you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So the mindset of your team going in, what do you feel like as you go into this series and into the playoffs?
Well, there's no question. I mean, we feel confident about our abilities, but it's subtle in the fact that we understand that anything can happen in the playoffs if you're not prepared or if you're not playing up to what you're capable of. You can find yourself down in a series and maybe out. So for us, we're really just trying to make sure we're as prepared as we can be, for Game 1 tomorrow night, and making sure that when we go out there in certain situations, we're able to perform to the best of our ability.
Ryan, how does your role change at all going into these playoffs as a captain of the hockey team?
Obviously you're going to have to try and prepare the guys, make sure that they're focused. I just don't think it's something that you really change when the playoffs show up. I mean, it's something you want to try and create a culture, create an identity, something that takes time over a season. And I think we've done that, not only just because of myself, but the other veteran guys, the other assistant captains. We've got a great mixture of veterans and young guys here. So everybody kind of plays their part in making sure that everybody's pulling their weight for the team's success.
All right, Ryan, what are some of the specific challenges that the Penguins show the Rangers in the series, you think?
Well, I mean, there's no question. Their top guys are what's going to drive that team, and they've won a Stanley Cup before. When you talk about Crosby, Malkin, Fleury, those are the guys you've got to be aware of, specifically the forwards. You've got to be aware of when they're on the ice, because they can create offense from something that might not look like an offensive situation. You might feel like you have numbers back and you're in good position, but their skill and their skating takes over, and they can create and find an opportunity to get the puck to the net. So we really got to do a good job defending, and we feel as if we keep the chances against us low. We can use that to frustrate them and continue to build offense our way.
And also, Ryan, they're a nasty little team, too. I mean, Downey, LaPierre, and even Malkin sometimes will try to cross-check and stick you. So how do you try to be disciplined in those situations, stay out of the box when they get that way?
Oh, yeah, we've had, good tests of that throughout the season. You think of a team like Washington with their power play and Pittsburgh, their power play during the regular season. Mm-hmm. You don't want to give those guys looks and opportunities there. And even our last game against Washington, I remember guys are taking an extra hit, taking punches, making sure that we don't give the opposition those power play opportunities. You've got to put the team first and put your emotions aside and keep them channeled for the right direction. And I think our group will do real good about that and respond in the right fashion.
Talking with Rangers captain Ryan McDonagh on the eve of the first game of the playoffs for the Rangers. How will the loss of Klein early affect you guys?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, we've been able to play some games without him beforehand. It's not like a sudden injury where we've got to see what happens and see different combinations out. I mean, we know what Kleiner brings to our team, and he's been a huge part of our run in the regular season to get us in the spot that we are. And there's no question when he's ready, we'll welcome him back. But there's no question either that we feel strong with the guys we have taking his place for now, and Hunwick and Summers, whoever it may be. I mean, they've gotten games with us here and played with different guys on the back end, so we know what their strengths are, and they know how we want to play. It's like anything, an injury happens, someone's got to step up, but it's good that they've gotten the chance to feel comfortable with our system and what we want to do.
Talking to Ryan McDonagh, captain of the New York Rangers. The playoffs begin tomorrow. Our coverage at 6 o'clock right here on ESPN New York, 98.7 FM. You played this team last year in the playoffs, but they fired their coach and their general manager. So in the 4 times you played them this year, Ryan, was there any kind of a difference in the way they played with the new coach and the new GM?
Maybe little things, but I mean, the general... I guess the general thing you look at when you look at this team is their skill up front with the world-class players. They've got the same, maybe not the same guys in the back end, but a few of them, and the new guys there are good mobile skaters, and they're a real good skating team, and that's always been a strength of theirs. And they thrive on creative plays in the offensive zone, and they thrive on turnovers that you give them and that they create. So for us, we understand that that's a big strength of theirs, and we've got to be real good with the puck, not try and give them extra opportunities or shorten the ice for them, and really just make them play a full 200-foot game.
Now, Ryan, we asked Henrik this yesterday when he was on the show with us. So I'll ask you, is this team better than the team that went into the playoffs last year?
I mean, it's a tough question. I never really want to answer something like that. I mean, I think this team is just matured with the guys that have been around for a while and been on that run last year. We've got a lot of the similar guys and same guys back, and I feel the new faces that we've gotten, at the beginning of the season and at the deadline, understand the identity that this group has created. It's a winning atmosphere. It's a team-first mentality, and it's something that you don't find too often with teams, and it's something you want to be a part of as a player.